Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial for my proud and brisk arrangement for easy piano of the hymn Crown Him with Many Crowns. In this tutorial I'm going to go over any potential trouble spots and give you some insight into my thinking as the arranger. Now this arrangement is written for either young pianists or beginning pianists, and so I'm going to address it to you as if you were a teacher teaching a young student. And hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial for my proud and brisk arrangement of the hymn Crown Him with Many Crowns. This is for easy piano, so it is designed for either a beginning pianist or a young student. And in this tutorial, I'm going to go over any potential trouble spots and give you some insight into my thinking as the arranger. So this was written, as I mentioned, for beginning pianists or young students, and I'm going to address you as if you were a teacher teaching a young student. Overall, this arrangement is, I describe it as proud and brisk, which is not to be confused with the sin of pride, but a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? A kind of air of confidence and joy, and to be played with that kind of boldness. And brisk refers to the tempo. I give a tempo marking of 112 there, but this can be played even faster if the student is up for it and super comfortable with it. The opening is pretty easy. It's just a simple C position. Your student might find that those staccatos following an accent that isn't staccatoed might be new, might be something to address and focus on. Having that mix of legato notes and staccato notes, but it's not too difficult. It is kind of intuitive to play it that way. Really, the biggest challenge in this arrangement is the fingering and the hand positions and how they move. In particular, on the second page at measure 17, when we have this run, in the left hand it goes, and you have a thumb crossing under. So if your student hasn't yet learned scales, full octave scales, where fingers cross over one another, then that might be something to point their attention to and go over. And then in your right hand, while that's happening, your right hand goes and crosses the 2 over to get it into the back into C position. So together it goes left hand crosses under, then right hand crosses over, and so that might be, I mean, that's pretty it requires a lot of coordination between the two hands, and so that, I think, is immediately probably going to be the most difficult moment in this arrangement for any student who's playing it. And so my suggestion would be to just take it one hand by itself at a time, till they're confident with each hand, and then putting them together slowly. And you might even just pause on the note that crosses over. So if I start at measure 17, it would go left hand crosses, just pause, regroup, then continue. Pause, because the right hand just crossed over, regroup, continue. And then try to do it in time, where beat, beat, like that. That makes sense. That's my suggestion. Having been a teacher myself, that's how I would help students tackle that. There are other little weird hand position changes and fingering that doesn't fit within just a 5-finger pattern, and I try to mark those out with fingering where it doesn't where your hand, it's not, where your hand doesn't intuitively just rest where it's supposed to. Like at measure 9, you have your 4th finger going up like this to get you in position for the next note. So it might even be a good idea if you're working with a young student for whom this arrangement might be a bit of a challenge, is to take one hand by itself first, and even just one hand, one section by itself. So maybe just the first, or the second line here, the right hand all by itself. And when they have that mastered, then introduce the left hand. I'll also add that there are pedal markings in here, but the pedal doesn't really add a whole lot to this arrangement. So it's up to you whether the pedal gets included or not. If it's just confusing the student, or they haven't learned to use the pedal yet, then just nix it. I even wrote there pedal optional, and I truly mean that. You don't need to use the pedal at all. The ritardando here at the end is also optional. Maybe it's a new marking for a young student, and maybe it's a good opportunity to introduce what it means. It's highly subjective, whether it's just a small slowdown, a big slowdown, or maybe no slowdown at all. That's optional. And I hope that, I think that covers everything, and I hope it was helpful. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.